What's going on, guys? John Boy here, coming at you with another eBay purchase. Hadn't done this in a minute. Um, Went a little bigger this time than normal, something I've done before, but just a little bit bigger. We've purchased what is supposed to be 7 rolls of wheat cents in this box right here. Never purchased from this seller before, so have no idea how this is going to go. Ended up spending this much. We're looking at a total of $41.65, which breaks down to $5.95 per roll, which I thought was a pretty decent price on these. See a lot of these going for $10 a piece on eBay. $4.98 tax, $9.45 shipping, grand total $56.08 for 7 rolls. One thing I have to commend this seller on is the fact that they did work with me pretty good on shipping, and it said it in the description to message them and they would try their best to combine shipping. So that's what I did, and if I had just paid what was calculated by the eBay monster, would have paid around $40 in shipping. But did message them. They ended up creating a private sale for me and made the purchase that way. So everything worked out, and I felt pretty pleased about it. I'm not sure how this is about to go though, so we'll see if I still feel pleased when it's all said and done. So yeah, let me cut to the chase and get cut into this box, and we'll bring you guys back in when we start the hunt. So you always got to commend a seller's attempt at doing a good package job. I don't know if you just saw that or not, but this roll here, it's a little flimsy, and it appears to have emptied out during the shipping process. And so does that one. The rest of these feel pretty solid. Let's go ahead and pull those out. It's like a standard roll here. It's an older roll, which really doesn't mean anything. Got it labeled wheats here. 1944. I hope that doesn't mean that that's a full roll of 44s. Maybe not. See what we have here. No writing on that one. "1957 Denver." Older roll, so maybe there's some good looking ones in there, but I'm really hoping these aren't categorized by year. That's gonna be a little disappointing if it is. So we got 5 in here, and if you can see it or not, let's get above the light here. Looks like most of our rolls here have spilled out into the box. So let's just go ahead and pull the rolls out. Oh yes, so this is going to be fun. Yuck. Okay. All right, well, I'm gonna do my best to empty out this box without doing any harm to anything, and I'll bring you guys back in. Well, here's what we were working with that was spilt out into the box. Gonna try to scoot a little back here. All right. Let's start combing through and see what we've got here. 1941, Philadelphia. '47, Philadelphia. '41, Denver. '40, Philadelphia. '41, Philly. '49. Make sure I try to get these in somewhat of an order here. 44. '47. 1950. Some of these are going to go off frame. We'll do a wrap up, guys, don't worry. We'll look at the final finds here. That's a 53, Denver. 51, Denver. So starting to see a little bit of a spread in years, so that's pretty good, but I don't want to speak too soon. 54, Denver. 52, Denver. 46. 52, Denver. Whole lot of 40s and 50s here, folks. 56, Denver. 55, Denver. 50, Denver. Let's see here, scoot these on back. We need more room. 50, Denver. 40, Philadelphia. Another 40, Philly. 52, Denver. 52, Denver. 40, Philadelphia. 57, Denver. So far that's the newest one we found. 41, Philadelphia. 54, Denver. See a little bit of a red one poking out back here. 57, Denver. Don't think that's going to be an album upgrader, but still not a bad wheat scent. Still got some pretty good detail on the wheat stalks back here. Good looking one right there. That's not a bad find. Here's another red looking one. 50, Denver. I'm gonna say, yeah, that's been cleaned pretty good. Possibly even washing machine coin right there. Some type of ring around the back here. I don't know if you guys are picking that up or not, but anyway, 50. So this is looking like a lot of 40s and 50s. Tell you what, I'm gonna cut to sorting these out off camera, and I'll bring you guys back in. No need to make this video any longer than it should be, but you kind of get the gist of the stack. If I find anything too pertinent, I'll bring you guys back in and we'll review together. All right, guys. First two rolls have been sorted, and this is pretty much how it went. Surprisingly, only 3 58s. We got a whole mess of 1957s here. Pretty much all Denver minted. 56s here. 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50. Couple of 49s, some 47s, 46s, 45s, 44s. Almost ran out of room for those. Obviously no 43s, those would be your still cents. Just found 142 here, 41s here, and some 40s. Nothing out of the 30s, which is pretty much what I expected out of these two rolls here. Yeah, let me get these stacked up and we'll move on to the next ones. All right, guys, on to the next roll here. 1957 Denver is what this is labeled as. Fun fact, there were around 1.1 billion, that's billion with a B, of these minted. So if that's what's in here, obviously not going to be your most valuable wheat cent. We can only hope that they're in decent condition, but it doesn't really look like they are. Yeah, let's get these poured out here and kind of see what we're dealing with. Yep, just some good old average condition wheat cents here. Average dirty. 57 Denver. 57 Denver. 57 Denver. Yeah, looks like these are all 57 Denvers. So, yeah, we can comb through these and only hope we get an album upgrader out of these, but excuse me, I can only be hopeful. This here might be in the running for an album upgrade, so pretty good looking one. It's about the best I could hope for out of a solid roll of these, is just pick the best of the lot and hope it's an upgrader in the album. Yeah, that's a really good looking one right there. Cool. The rest of these are in pretty rough shape. This one here is actually in good shape. Not as red as the last one, but almost uncirculated details on that. Wow. I don't see a single scratch on that bad boy. and it doesn't look cleaned. So we've at least got 2 album upgrade contenders here. I'll be looking at those under the scope. In my opinion, just because this one is more red doesn't mean it's any better than this one. They both have really good luster. This one here looks like a weak strike on the O over here. I don't know if you guys can pick up on that. I'll be examining these under the scope, obviously. You know, all the really nice looking ones that I find, I'm going to set to the side. We'll be examining those more closely to see if we can find anything good. This one, although it has pretty good details still left on it, looks like it was burnt or something. Be one interesting to review under the scope. Here's another one that is really good looking. Just kind of shove these rough looking ones to the side here. Make sure there's nothing good lurking in those. Here's another one that looks pretty darn good. I would say uncirculated, toned. It's pretty much lost that red copper luster, but might see a little bit of a fingerprint back here. Other than that, another decent looking one. Let's see, these are looking to be in average shape. That one, pretty good details. Like I said, we're going to set all these that look pretty good over to the side and look at them a little more closely under the scope. Wow, this here has been through some stuff. I'm going to say sidewalk damage, possible fire. It looks like it's halfway melted, so I'm going to say this is a sidewalk penny. Scrapes possibly melted a little bit, but before that incident it looks fairly uncirculated. It'll still be interesting to review that under the scope, just to, you know, kind of look at the story it has to tell. Pretty good looking one there. So yeah, this roll, even though it's all 57 Denver, it's not completely disappointing because it has some good condition scents out of this roll. That one's got a pretty good gash up here on the side. Well, all right. So that's pretty much going to wrap that roll up. Yeah, let me get these stacked to the side and we'll bring you guys in on the next one. Figured I'd bring you guys in one last time on this 57 roll. This is not a 57. 59 Denver, and in fact, the first year of the Lincoln Memorial Scent mintage. Nothing special going on here, obviously, but just thought I'd share. It'll be a good addition to the Copper Hopper. We'll just toss this one in the jug. That roll's done, folks. Not too bad of a 55 Denver. We'll check for an upgrade in the album on that one. Nice looking 56. Nearly uncirculated. Red brown. Not bad. And a decent looking 58. This will not be an album upgrade, but nonetheless, a really good looking one. And I will probably put it in a slip because it's in pretty good condition. That was all in that roll. On to the next. As far as that roll went, we got a 51 Denver that's got some pretty good detail left on it. We'll be checking that against the album for an upgrade. 53 San Francisco mint. I know the one I have does not look this good, so that will be an album upgrade. And then a pretty decent looking 55 Denver. We'll be checking that one against the album. On to the next one. Folks, this is the roll of Plain Jane 1944 that we saw. As you can tell by what I've got spread out here, it is just that. Just a bunch of Plain Jane 1944. I'll check these for any S-mint and what have you, but nothing to see here really. I'll bring you guys in on the next roll. Last roll down, folks. We've got a 54 Philadelphia. Pretty good looking shape. We'll be checking that one against the album. 55 Philly. 56 Philly. Little spot over here on the left. Still a good looking coin. And a 57 Denver. Pretty good looking details on that one. The 7 roll search is done. Here's kind of what we have to show for it. And as you can see, 1948 was the least amount that we found of any year. 1944 Denver, we had that roll dedicated to 44s. Denver was a little bit less than 44 Philly. I think there was 1.4 billion with a B, 44 Philadelphia minted, and some of those are obviously mixed in. I've just got these arranged here of all my 44s. 57 Denver, like I said earlier, 1.1 billion of those minted. Kind of see what you did here, folks. From one coin collector to another, this would be a really good way to dump any excess wheat cents that you have laying around that you just don't really care to save. Throw in a few good ones for good measure. This was touted as an estate sale. I never recommend biting on one of those eBay sales. If it mentions the word estate, run. Don't buy. I'd much rather see a good, honest, hey, here's a roll of wheat cents. Take it or leave it. Don't give me any bells or whistles. I bought this lot knowing that. I'm just here to kind of show you guys what not to do and what happens if you do it. And then you may also end up with something that is not even a wheat cent. If you guys can see, it's nuts, man. Copper Hopper. You get a bite. But yeah. Don't do what I do, folks. I won't even bother listing this seller down in the description. They know what they did. But in all fairness, they did say it would be mostly 40s and 50s wheat cents. They didn't say it would be all 40s and 50s. They said mostly. So I guess that's not a completely untrue statement. But beware, folks. Be careful out there. Don't waste your money. If you're looking to get a good start on an album, fill it up with some decent cents. This may be the way you want to start it. Don't buy 7 of these. I did that kind of for the law of averages, just to kind of let you guys know how it would ride out for me. But yeah, if you're looking to start, get a couple of these, that's fine. But don't waste your money on a bunch. Don't really know that the seller counted on anyone saying, hey, I'm going to click this up to the max number here. Give me 7. That's as high as it would let me purchase. They probably would have done a little better selling in smaller quantities, and I would also imagine they didn't imagine that their wheat cents would end up on YouTube, but they did. Anyway, it is what it is, folks. Am I happy about this? Not really. Do I get some album upgrades out of it? I think I do. I know I at least got one. That makes me happy. Yeah, if you guys are liking this, just like the video for me. And subscribe if you want to. Share it with some friends if you know anyone who is interested in this sort of content. Until next time, guys, John Boy out.